Be like the dragon. Nothing can harm the dragon, because it does not exist.
So said the woman who gave me this statue when I visited Beijing at the age of 12. I didn't understand what her words meant, but they've stuck with me ever since. I wasn't raised within a religion. When, as a child, I had religious questions, my mom told me the answers of all of the world's religions. And so, in my own spiritual journey, I've found wisdom and guidance in many sources. One religious tale, which has especially inspired me, comes from the Chinese Buddhist tradition. This is the story of Miao Shan, who, rejected by her parents, starved, tortured, and humiliated, nonetheless practiced love and compassion through every trial, and through compassion, finally attained nirvana after death. Moved by the cries of the trillions upon trillions of beings still suffering in the universe, Miao Shan made the ultimate sacrifice.
For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then my too abad, to dispel the misery of the world.
And so, Miao Shan became the bodhisattva Kuan Yin, meaning she who hears the cries of the world. When I first heard the story of Kuan Yin, I felt something stir deep within my heart. I felt a strange sort of love for Kuan Yin, as if she were my ideal woman. But I also desired to be Kuan Yin, to be as loving, compassionate, and courageous as her, and to give myself selflessly on behalf of the universe. But how could I ever hope to be a perfectly compassionate bodhisattva like Kuan Yin when I looked inside myself? I didn't find pure selfless love and compassion. I found anger, lust, and selfishness instead. I felt at times like a werewolf, struggling in vain to contain the monster inside of me.
Hi, it's me. I don't know why you've been ignoring my messages. I hope that if something is wrong, we can talk about it. But if you don't want to anymore, then, you can take the present that I gave you and return outside my door, and I'll understand, and we don't ever have to speak again. Bye.
But then, in the midst of heartbreak, possessed by pain and fury, I found salvation in the words of Han Yu, the 9th century Confucian poet and scholar. Interpreting Ren, the Confucian virtue of humaneness, Han Yu writes,
"To love largely is called a sense of humaneness. To act according to what should be done is called rightness. To proceed from these principles is called the moral way. To be sufficient unto oneself without relying on externals is called inner power. And so take it unto yourself, find ease and happiness. Use it with others, be loving and fair. Take it to your own mind, find peace, quietness. Use it for empire and state, find it works everywhere."
Love largely. I realized that had I loved largely, accepting others for who they were in themselves, without expectations of what they should be for my sake, I could have avoided all of my present pain and heartbreak. Confucius taught that in order to change the world, we must first transform ourselves from within. And so, the first person I had to learn to love largely was myself, accepting myself as I was, rather than as the person I wished to become. I found that I did not succumb to the werewolf inside of me. Rather, by embracing even the most flawed and imperfect parts of myself, I became capable of accepting them in others as well, and so loving them on their own terms, without wishing them to be anyone else for my sake. By emptying myself of expectations of how myself and others ought to be, I became capable of loving largely, and so adopting a truly compassionate mind towards all those I encounter. I finally understood a woman of my childhood's words when she said, "Be like the dragon. Nothing can harm the dragon because it does not exist." Perhaps it is no coincidence that to those lost on stormy seas, Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, is said to appear riding upon a dragon.